Because of the slow block production on Moonriver Network, the current APY at the moment is around 9%, just under 10% to be honest, maybe 9.5. I think it really depends on the day. Like yesterday, like in the last 24 hours, if you check it, it's just over 9%. So it is very, very low, unfortunately. And I know some people are annoyed with that. And it is a downside because it should have been around 20%, but it is what it is with this block production. So hopefully they're going to fix this soon. I know that the team have announced that they will be looking at fixing this. So they're going to be deploying an update with the fix. So that's going to help. But you have to remember that Moonriver is a canary network. It's on Kusama, which means we need to expect chaos. And we did get chaos, right? It is unfortunate when you get chaos after you have an investment, of course, right? But it is what it is. And hopefully they're going to fix it very soon. But in today's video, I really want to talk about Moonwell, which is a project, a DApp, I should say, that has deployed on top of Moonriver Network. So think of Moonwell as a layer 2 solution, because Moonriver is a layer 1 solution on top of Kusama, which is the layer 0, the base layer, and Moonwell is the layer 2 solution. And so the reason I'm talking about this is that this is very similar to Karura and Akala. I know that the Moonbeam team, or the Pure Stake team, the team behind Moonbeam and Moonriver, have been supporting Moonwell. So they are a legit team, and we'll talk about the team in a moment. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. I was simply looking at other ways to stake my Mover in order to get a better APY, because I'm really not happy with the 9% APY. I know that they're going to fix it, but for now I was looking at alternatives, and this is one good alternative. I am curious to get your thoughts because this is new to me as well. If you've been staking with Moonwell, how did you find the rewards? Because as you can see here, if you supply Mover, you can borrow or you can supply. So if you supply, it's kind of like staking, because you're supplying for people to be able to borrow, and then you get paid for supplying that Mover into a pool, right? You've got the total value locked then, right? So for the total value locked, they can then use that value in order to allow people to borrow Moonriver or other assets as well. So not only Moonriver, but you've got the option of Ethereum on Moonriver Network, Bitcoin, Kusama, Frax, and some other ones as well. But looking at this here, so just to get back to this, right? If you are to supply, you get 12%, which is part of the supply APR, and then you get Moonriver rewards 11.16%, and then you get MFAM rewards 1.47% at a total APY of 24.64%, which is much better than the 9% we're seeing with Moonriver as of recently. Now MFAM does have a 1 billion total supply. If you go on CoinGecko, you can find MFAM, okay, which is the native token of Moonwell, if you're wondering what it is. Okay, it's like a farming token, because you're getting that for supplying liquidity on their platform, right? So that's the idea behind it. Now if you look at Kusama, Kusama is very good if you borrow. Now if you stake or if you supply, you also get MFAM rewards, but you get more than if you supply Moonriver. But if you get more Mover rewards if you supply liquidity for XCKSM than you get for supplying liquidity for Moonriver itself, which is interesting because it just shows you that they really want people to get more XCKSM onto Moonriver and then to be able to supply that liquidity. Okay, I guess it depends on the amount that is being supplied at the moment, and that's probably the reason why. It's based on the demand. There's also Bitcoin here, as you can see, Ethereum, USDC, Tether, Frax. So this is how it works here. And then you've got the borrow one here, which gives you the possibility to borrow. Let's change to USD coin, for example. So let's say you wanted to borrow USDC. You would first need to have some assets here to actually allow it. So there's a safety module here. There's also the reward section, and then there's the wallet, which you have to connect. So you need to first allow it, and then once you allow it, once you confirm it that you want to be able to borrow, then you will be able to see how much you can borrow, because you need to have that connection. They need to see what is your collateral, because they do ask for a collateral here. As with everything, you can't just borrow if you don't have a collateral, right? It's the same with Karura, it's the same with Akala. So it shows you here the collateral factor is 60%, utilization is 39.37%, and then of course they've got their own fee as well. 114 borrowers so far on USDC, and the number of suppliers is 419. Now keep in mind that for USDC the rewards are not that great, but it's still okay if you think about it, right? For a stable token, you get 14.3% in Mover rewards, you get 1.89% in MFAM, and the borrow APY is 6.12%, so total APY is 10%, and then only 4.63 if you supply liquidity. Okay, supplying is always much less. Yeah, this is pretty much how it works here. Like I said, very straightforward. If you check the documents though, the docs, you could see the team here. You can't see the face. You can see the face if you go to Telegram. You could see who Luke Youngblood is, but he's a former Coinbase senior staff engineer and Amazon Web Services principal engineer. Okay, so he's got a good background here, good portfolio. He used to work for good companies, right? Everyone knows which Coinbase is. He also built the Tezos validator node infrastructure and launched the Tezos network, built the Coinbase price oracle, providing compound protocol with secure price feeds. So he basically had this idea and he thought, why should I still work for Coinbase when I can just develop my own project? And then we've got Lucas here, Kaczynski, who's operations and finance. He used to work for Tokensoft, also program lead for Tezos. So they've known each other from Tezos, I guess, and that's how they came up with this idea. And yeah, a few more people here as well, some moderators as well. So you get some information here. Why Moonwell? You could check more information here as to why. So most DeFi platforms suffer from at least one of the following issues, which is lack of security, poor user experience, lack of education information, poor community and engagement. And Moonwell is solving all these different issues. So that's interesting. But really the reason, like I said, why I came across Moonwell is because they got a good reputation from the Pure Stake team, and they've also got a better APY than if you were to stake directly on the Moonriver network. However, the downside is if you do supply liquidity here, let's say stake or supply liquidity, then there is that risk that if something happens to their smart contract and it gets hacked, then you could lose your tokens. Okay, there is that risk. Just be aware of that risk. I am aware of that risk. But I was looking at options here to see what could give us better APY. Also, just be aware here that Moonwell Apollo is currently in open beta. Lending and borrowing with first mover advantage rewards is now live. Click here to learn more. So this is a risk, okay? Just know that as well. Open beta, okay? People are using it, but I don't recommend large amounts, right? Please be careful with large amounts, because if something does happen, there is that risk that you could lose them, right? Maybe they can get them back for you, but what if they don't, right? So just know that as well. At least until they're live, at least until they've been tested better. I don't know, just maybe give them some time and see how things go. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool here. I like what they've done. They've kept it simple. Just connect your wallet and get started by simply doing this, and then you get your stats here, which gives you the information that you need. So yeah, that's what I wanted to cover in today's video. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Moonwell? Are you currently supplying liquidity? Did you borrow from them? And if so, what was your experience like? Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.